Hello everybody from YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I've done a video slash unboxing. It's also been a while since I've posted anything. It's been a long wild ride. I believe the last update was when I updated the Volaphone X video, which I believe may have been 2-3 years ago. Definitely been a while. Definitely been some change for sure. Anyways, long story short, the reason I got this camera is because I want to start doing more dynamic videos. Specifically, I started buying more high-end bikes, specifically cycling, trek bikes to be more specific. I got a Marlin from a buddy of mine that I had trek bicycles here in San Antonio take a look at. And then when they fixed it up, it had a flat tire. I think the tubes were just old. But I went and bought me a second bike to have as like a backup, plus the whole rule of cycling is to always have a plus one. Well, I wanted to make biking videos, specifically around San Antonio, New Braunfels, Blanco, all those kind of counties / small towns. Case in point, we have a park here called Brackenridge Park. I'm sure y'all have heard of me speak about it before, especially during the when I had that Ubuntu Touch Volaphone. I talked about going to Brackenridge Park. It's kind of a big park. It's centrally located. If you're not from the San Antonio area, it's almost like our central park. They got a lot of bike trails there. It's connected to a main thoroughfare called Broadway, which is how you can get from downtown to the other side of town, downtown, uptown, all the way to basically the airport. So essentially, I wanted a camera that could record those videos. If I want to go do a San Antonio Greenway video or a McAllister Park, or New Braunfels has a park called Landa Park that also has a small, like almost like a little sister, little brother Brackenridge Park style. It's got like a little train and it's got its own bike trails. It's near spring-fed water, like where San Marcos is at. So I just wanted to have a camera that could do that. So it has been a while. In fact, the phone I'm using isn't the Blackview 8800 phone. It's the Blackview 9300. My 8800 phone, for some reason, I tried repairing it, and I don't know if the battery cooked the screen, or if the screen went blank, or if there's not a connection in there. I don't know. I got to open it up, but I'm too lazy to open it up. So I've just been using the BV 9300. And so that's what I'm filming this camera unboxing on. But I don't have a phone mount for this phone that I'm using specifically for my bike. So I went through, I don't know, man, like 13, 14 different videos. People were saying, get the GoPro, don't get the GoPro. From what I've read is that this DJI Action 4 is probably the best bang for your buck. This one I bought used on Amazon. It was used like new condition. I'm thinking what happened was somebody bought it, the Action 5 came out, so then they returned it to get the Action 5. But everything I've read and seen and have seen on YouTube is that the Action 4 is pretty darn good compared to the 5. More so than the GoPro Hero 11, 12, and 13. Even though they're 3 different generations, they're essentially the same package and the same, more or less, processor and everything that goes with it. The Action Hero 3 and 4, from what I've read, are like leaps and bounds, though I could be wrong. I did my research on 5 in the year prior, which is this one, the 4. So for the amount of money, for getting started on YouTube videos, and for something that's a robust action cam, this one was highly recommended. Not by anybody to me specifically, but just in a general overall. But if you like Blackview and if that's your jam, that's cool too. I don't have any experience with them. In fact, this is my first unboxing of an action camera. My brother has a Blackview. He likes it, but I've never got to play around with it. So that being said, expect videos of me cycling and doing, fishing and whatever other videos that I happen to want to do with this camera. And hopefully it serves its purpose very well. If not, then, it might go the way of the buffalo. But for the most part, I plan on using this quite a bit. Again, tabletops, if I can use it on this, I would, but this seems more of an action-oriented / like dynamic or kinetic camera. The tabletops generally, at least on this black view, look pretty clean and nice, but I can always mess around with it. That's the beauty of learning. You're always learning and you're always improving. But without further ado, guys, I've already wasted enough time talking about the camera. Let me go ahead and open it up. And let's go ahead and be as surprised as I am opening it. It probably doesn't have much. This is the standard package on Amazon. It was $220. So I'm expecting maybe one micro SD card. I believe it was a 64 gig, but it could be 32. At least if I get the camera and a carrying case, I'll be happy. But oh, and one more thing about this. This has magnetic connections. The Action Hero 4 and 5 have magnetic quick connects, whereas the GoPro, even though it's the Hero 11, 12, and 13 are 3 generations and they're kind of the current generations, they don't have magnetic connectors. They have to make adapters for them, which I guess if you make an adapter for it, it really doesn't matter. But they use the old-fashioned like screw kind where you have to kind of use your fingers for tripods and whatnot. This has like a quick connect where almost like in a modular like Molly system or Alice system for the military, you just attach, detach. So that might also be something y'all looking for if you're gonna go on bike rides and stuff. That's something what I looked for, and that's kind of what drew me to this. All right, so let's go ahead and open up this bad boy and let's see what we get. So, all right, a receipt. That's always good. And looks like a QR code in here. I guess this is the DJI store. Oh man, I hope y'all don't get another QR code. I might have to edit that out. Oh, it's just join the community. Add activated devices and view warranty benefits. Oh well, I hope y'all don't screw me over and take the QR code. But, whatever. Alright, so we have the camera. I think this is the camera. And then this looks like this is the camera. Wow. So, I guess the accessories come in a box, and the camera comes in a little recyclable baggie. So here's the camera. It's got its little, let me go ahead and peel this sticker off real quick. I guess this is its model make and all that stuff. I'll just go ahead and keep this with the barcode. I'll find a little piece of paper for it or something. Again, sorry, I'm still kind of new to filming these tabletops, so if you hear noise or something in the background, just bear with me. Okie dokie. Alright, here we are. I'm back again. Here's the camera. Power button. I imagine this right here is, let's see, this right here. You know what would probably help, guys? The instructions. Oh no, just depress that button and kind of slide it down. Same thing with this one. Looks like this one slides up. So this is your battery casing. I used to have an old digital camera back in 07, 08, maybe 09 when I went to Brazil. I got it from Walmart, but it was a Kodak and it was a very skinny, those nickel cadmium batteries. But yeah, having that experience, you kind of already know. You see the little copper terminators in there? I don't know if you can, but that's usually where this is obviously going to be a battery case. It's way huge. And so here is a USB-C style charging port, which is great because now everything is USB-C. Very few things are micro. That's being phased out. And I even think the lightning cable is being phased out. But yeah, that's good. So it's future-proof for the next, I guess, 7-8 years unless they decide to change something else with this. But I like that. That's good because I got a lot of those connectors. So it looks like you can charge it from the camera. if you have your battery installed. And I know they sell separate battery chargers that you can charge separately. I just didn't have the money for that kind of a package. But yeah, so this is the camera. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. This looks like obviously the shutter. This is your camera lens, and the screen is, and it's a 1 and maybe 3/4 inch screen, maybe 2 inch, but it looks like 1 3/4 inches. And this right here is the plate where I don't know how to remove this, and I'm probably not going to do it on camera just yet, but I've seen videos where these people will have the magnetic connector here. So again, what drew me to this camera was price, ruggedness, obviously, not bashing GoPro, or I think there's another one called InstaView. Not bashing those. If you have those and you like those are great options. It was just, I wanted to get started into doing more dynamic videos, and so this was kind of like not only an entry, but like a good intermediate to advanced. It covered all three bases. So if you were going to recommend a camera to someone, I'd recommend something like this. If you're going to recommend a bike, I would recommend maybe, I'm a little biased, but a Trek. But if you have a specialized, and let's say they're barely getting into biking, but they want a good high-end bike, or at least something that's going to last a while and hold its value, Specialized makes hybrid styles. Trek makes a hybrid called the Verve 3, which is very comfortable. They also make the Dual Sport, which is another good one. So those are good, like, beginning, advanced, and even, expert / long-term riding bikes. So that's what drew me to this camera. It's a good beginner, it's a good intermediate, it's a good advanced, and it's going to be a long-term thing until, I guess, maybe 8 generations down the line. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up the accessories package. This, again, is the essential package. Nothing, how do you say, like, to write home about. It's just, you got your simple accessories. You have your literature in here. If it comes in, let's see, quite a few different languages. There's the English one. Here is the still English, and then Chinese, Dutch, which is German Dutch. It's not. I guess it'd be Deutschland or something like that. This is French. Sécurité appareil reçu. Appareil is usually device. So appareil photo is camera. But security is obviously, like, I guess, I don't know, security. But there's another word for it, I guess, caution or something. And characteristics, techniques, and it gives you the model number and stuff in French. And this looks like Spanish, almost Italian probably. Yep, Italian. See, when you become a polyglot, that's Polish. You can start seeing all these different languages, Russian. So it looks like it has it in quite a few different large languages spoken by a general audience, population. Nothing in Portuguese, nothing in Spanish, but it has Italian and French, Chinese, Russian. So if you speak any of those languages plus English, if you're watching this video, hopefully you know English. So yeah, you can basically look at that literature if you want. It's just common sense stuff. Don't throw it in a fire. Don't dispose of batteries in a trash compactor. Don't, throw this thing out of what they call a discus launcher, or the birdie launchers for, when you go skeet shooting. Don't throw this in a skeet shooter. So, unless you want to, if you got the money for it, but I would probably try to keep this as secure as possible. Here's your USB-C cable. It's USB-C, dual end USB-C. So you might need a USB-A adapter, or just find any of your other USB-C cables that you have. Here is the protective case that goes around it. So you would slide it into here, kind of match it up. Looks like this does this number, just enough space for it to go. Once you slide it in, and again, I'm sorry if I'm getting thumbprints on a screen or something. There you go. It's got its little rugged plastic polymer case. I guess this is TPU. I really don't know the material. This is a rubber, soft rubber. The actual camera itself has a soft rubber. This is more of a hard, rugged plastic, maybe ABS. I believe, if I remember correctly, there is a way to undo these things. I don't want to break it. I'll research more, but there's a way to get different lenses and stuff like that. So, you know, if you want a wide lens or a macro lens, or I forget the other ones, but if it's not this one, it must be the 5 that has it where it's like a quick magnetic thing. I'm not going to do that here on this video until I actually get a feel for it. So before you put it in here, obviously, you're going to want to put the battery in. I just wanted to show you the protective case. And I know the video is kind of running long, and I'm sorry, this is like my 3rd video ever. Alright, next up, your accessories. Let me go ahead and just put this here. So this right here is an adhesive curved mount. I'd imagine you would go somewheres, like I guess maybe on a handlebar or something. This is what I was talking about. So this right here goes right here, but you saw how it like look. There's a magnetized area in here, and in fact it's pulling. It's got a very hard pull, but look, see? Anyway, I won't even touch it. You see? So it's already magnetized. This obviously just has a clip, and this kind of converts it into this number right here, where it has the curve, and then you would kind of fit this in here. This right here is obviously a threaded female end, and this is your male end. You marry it, and then you do this number, just like a GoPro. But the thing about this is that you can buy magnetic quick attach accessories should you feel the need to do so, or if you want to, or if not, whatever. It's, again, choice is yours, but I like the magnetization on this. I'm not sure, and I'm almost positive that was the reason why a lot of those other camera people who actually review these way better than I could ever review them have recommended this, because it has that magnetic quick attachment, which makes it so much easier if, like, let's say for example you have one of these guys for your bikes. You just throw it on and it clips to your bike. You do this number, you pull it off, you want to clip it to your chest, and let's say this one is on your chest. So that's why a lot of people like the magnetization one. So let's go ahead, put it in. Let's put the battery. Again, this is used, so if there's any videos or any surprises in here, I'm sorry, and I guess we'll bear witness to those surprises as we get them. So, alright. It's probably not a charged battery, but got me. So this is the screen. I guess the front screen is just letting everybody know it's showing them. But, yeah. I might have to splice the video. Or at least maybe block out what you saw. But as you can see, it's got very good quality. You're not going to get it from this camera. You're not going to pick it up from this phone, but from here, it's nice. I didn't get an SD card with it. I'm a little brokenhearted about that, but I have tons of micro SDs. Anyways, but let's go ahead and touch this bad boy here. Oh, come on now, baby. Don't do me like that. And if you leave me now, take away the biggest part of me. I might get flagged on YouTube for copyright. But we're gonna go ahead and push this bad boy in here. Let me go ahead and turn it off real quick. I guess you would hold it down to turn it off. Due to high water pressure shutter button is disabled automatically. I guess, let me see. It will not let me kill it. Probably should have researched how to work it before I did a tabletop. But that's why we're learning. Oh, look, touchscreen. Time lapse, slow motion video. Resolution. I know there is also a way to make this professional. There's a guy who kind of talks about it. And, you know, he says use resolution 10, frame rate 30, or whatever his, I think it's frame rate 50, but I could be wrong. He kind of gives you the rundown on how to make professional looking videos. So I highly recommend him. I just don't know his name at the moment because it escapes me. It is something to do with cycling. I think it was, I don't know. Just look up Action Hero 4 and 5, and then they'll give you like a breakdown. Okay, so this looks like brightness, settings, lockout. Probably go to settings, wireless mic, grid, naming management, auto power off after 5 minutes. So we could just let it power off, but for now I'm just going to be pretty cool with it. I'm going to see what I can do, if I can probably get this thing in here like so. Let me see if I can get this thing. It feels like I'm fighting. Yeah, okay. I was fighting it the whole time. There's a big ass barrier right here. Pardon my French. There's a big barrier right here preventing it. So you got